All right, Coach, so how's it continuing to progress here in fall camp?
Yeah, it's been good. I think we had probably our toughest practice of camp yesterday, and so we're outside the whole time. Everybody knows the heat is getting crazy around here right now, but I think our kids pushed through it well. Had 24 periods, over 2.5 hours, and so fighting through some of the stuff right now. I think everybody's a little banged up right now. We're tired of hitting one another, and so yeah, we're a little bit lighter today, and get everybody ready. We're gonna do a night scrimmage tomorrow under the lights, which I think will be the first time that we've gotten under the lights, which I think is important just to get adjusted to it. And we'll have a couple night games as we progress through the season. So, but yeah, I think we're taking shots at one another right now, which is a sign of a good team.
This is kind of technically the end of fall camp here today and tomorrow. What's your assessment of how fall camp went for you guys' program?
Yeah, I think we grew a lot, and I think at the end of the day, that's what you want, to see growth on all three sides of the ball. And so we've shored up a lot of positions, and starting on special teams, I think we've shored up, both of our kicking spots as far as punter and place kicker and kickoffs, and so that's been good to see. And then on both sides of the ball, there's a couple of battles that are still going on. We still have some guys that need to perform well in this scrimmage, and so this scrimmage is designed to kind of allow us to separate some of the guys that are equal right now. So I think some of the guys that are proven and played a lot of ball around here, you won't see a ton of them in this last scrimmage. We'll get them out after they get some good quality reps at first, and then let some of these position battles kind of sort themselves out when the bullets are flying.
All right, and so I guess the quarterback one comes to mind, but what are some of the position battles you're still looking at going into this last scrimmage?
Yeah, I think linebackers is one for sure right now. Our starting center position. I think Daisy and Ethan are doing a great job right now at the center position, so that's one that we kind of need to shore up. And he's the guy that makes all the calls for us up front, and so to have that camaraderie and the continuity between the O-line is going to be important for us. And then, we have some wideouts that have kind of stepped up. Landon Side's a kid that's vying for some playing time right now. D Ward's a guy that, Ward is a guy that's played a lot of ball around here, but it's practiced extremely well the last week. So just kind of shoring up, some of those positions, and then obviously, the quarterback situation is what it is. Is we're going to be able to get through this last scrimmage with a bunch of reps for those three guys, and then they know kind of at the end of this thing that we're going to make a decision and roll with it.
Where does that stand with those quarterbacks and who's getting reps and that kind of thing? For this
Yeah, all three of them are still getting reps right now. I think that it's been fun to watch those guys compete. It's been fun to watch their attitude and cheering one another on at the same time and helping one another out. And so, I think Chandler has done some really good things when we're moving the ball. Stone has been super efficient. And then, Jace has the strongest arm of all three of them and can make some throws that the others can. And so yeah, those three it'll be a big day. We're not going to put pressure on them. They're all going to get reps for ones, twos, and threes. And so, we'll give them all a fair shake at it.
How important in this offense that you're going to run this year is it to have a dynamic quarterback?
Yeah, I think that's the way football's moving. Not only college football, but also the NFL. I think you see these guys that are mobile, even though they don't want to run the ball first, but you see what Mahomes can do outside the pocket. You see what Josh Allen can do outside the pocket. You see what Kyler Murray's doing. What all these quarterbacks. I think it's becoming more and more of an athletic position. And that's one thing. All three of those guys are super athletic for us, and I trust all of them, running the football a little bit. So yeah, I think being able to extend plays, number one, is going to be big. And then, when it's 4th and 1, to be able to draw up a quarterback run will be a big deal for us this year.
Well, not just their running ability, but just to have that top-level quarterback in this system where you're going to throw the ball so much. Is it important to have a guy that can really go out there and drive this offense instead of depending on the running game so much like they did in the past?
Yeah, I think so. We look for consistency first and foremost. I think accuracy is the most important attribute a quarterback can have, and that's one thing we've been happy with is our accuracy, and our percentages have all gone up for all three of them as opposed to the spring to right now. And so it's been fun to chart those guys in team settings to be able to see exactly where they are percentage-wise. But we have a couple guys that are in the 80% range right now, which is way up. We have nobody even in the 70s when we ended spring ball. So yeah, accuracy first and foremost. Got to keep these drives moving and be able to put the ball where it needs to go.
You mentioned the heat a little bit. How well conditioned overall do you feel your team is?
Yeah, I think we're getting there. It's a blessing to have this indoor, and we kind of slowly got them acclimated to what it's going to feel like outside. And so it's going to be a huge advantage for us when we're able to play Cal. And you know, the turf is super hot, so we'll have 2 opportunities here coming up to get out there in the heat of the day to really understand what it's going to feel like on that turf. And then too, at the same time, we got to be smart and bring our bodies back over the course of the next week. So we'll have a mock game week next week, and so really once you get school going, when school starts on Monday, we'll kind of really show these guys what a true in-season game week looks like as far as meeting, time management, all those things.
The drill where you have the quarterbacks throwing to the big guys gets a lot of laughs, but is there something more to it than that, or are you just kind of breaking things up a little bit?
No, you know, and things have come from it in the past. Is you know, we found the guys who can catch, and we've actually thrown some trick plays in there for some offensive linemen that we're able to score a touchdown with time to time. But just to break up the monotony of camp, you know, it gets mundane out here at times. They do the same drills each and every day to start, so to let the big guys run around, catch some balls, more fun than anything.